largest concentrations of Latinos in San Mateo County. Proper representation for our growing community requires representation and for community to be whole. So I thank you for your service and consideration.
Thank you. Up next, we've got caller 1528, and after that will be caller 5410. Caller 1528. Go ahead.
Hello, I am calling to speak on Northwest Los Angeles. I am a community health worker at Clínica Monseñor Oscar Romero, located in Boyle Heights. Thank you, commissioners, for all your hard work. I am calling to urge the commission that you protect the voices of our Latino families in California by restoring the 2 Latino seats in Los Angeles, representing East Los Angeles and Boyle Heights. What you do have done with the latest map redistricting in suppress the voices of our community that has fought for too long to have its voice heard. I once again voice my support to keep 2 assembly districts, 51 and 53, representing Central Los Angeles and East Los Angeles. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we've got caller 5410, and after that will be caller 5276. Caller 5410. Please follow the prompts. Go ahead.
Hi, thank you. So I'm an educator who's lived in eastern Stanislaus County for over 10 years now. And before you take a vote to complete the state assembly maps, I really want to urge you guys to just consider making a change, because I've heard that you're trying to figure out what to do with Vineyard. And I agree that it should be with the Sacramento area. I also agree that it wouldn't be fair to the people who live in Folsom to be put in a district with those of us who live in the East Valley, because we're with the agriculture and rural areas. I'd like to ask that you go with the compromise plan that would combine the Lake Country to the immediate east of Stanislaus and San Joaquin counties, and that would still allow you to keep the higher elevation whole. While I live in eastern Stanislaus, I have many friends who live in the mountains, and I agree that the higher elevation should be kept together. My friends who live in El Portal and Mariposa and Sonora, they all have a common interest.
15.
But my family and friends who live in Don Pedro, Lake McClure, they also are a separate combined interest that's closer to eastern Stanislaus County. We even have students from those towns here in eastern Stanislaus County. So please consider this change.
Thank you. Up next, we've got caller 5276. And after that, it'll be caller 1634, caller 5276.
Hello, can you hear me?
We sure can. Go ahead.
Thank you, commissioners. I want to begin by thanking you for all the hard work you have done in drawing these districts and trying to create an equitable distribution of them. To that point, as a resident of the Coachella Valley, I'm deeply concerned about the proposed divide of our Coachella Valley Latino communities. It would be a mistake to split Desert Hot Springs and the city of Cathedral City away from Indio, Coachella, and further east communities that share a strong bond. These areas belong together, and we are entirely different from La Quinta and the mountain areas to the west that are being proposed in the current assembly maps. Please do not further disenfranchise our underserved areas. This would undo years of concentrated efforts to uplift the region. Please keep our Latino communities together in the Coachella Valley and give us our best shot at equitable representation. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we've got caller 1634, and after that will be caller 8984. Caller 1634. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Rocio Rodriguez, and I'm a resident of Sonoma County. I did used to live in Santa Rosa. I no longer live there, but I do want to give a comment to a neighborhood where I did used to live very close to Howard Park and Spring Lake. There have been already several other comments around this. I do want to state that I was a commissioner for the Advisory District Committee for Sonoma County, and have had many conversations and deliberation around even the question of equity around drawing lines off of highways because of racial inequities and the reasonings behind why some highways have been built. So using Highway 12 is already questionable for me, but in the interest of what I understand is where you are in your decision making and how tough it is to draw these lines, especially down to streets. I just want to voice support for the comment for 33047 with putting Howard Park and Spring Lake with the North Coast
seconds.
area. And that is for the same reasons that others posed as well, of disaster response and disaster preparedness that happens in these areas of interest or communities of interest. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we've got caller 8984, and after that will be caller 9975. Caller 8984. Oops. Let's try this one more time. Caller 8984. There you go.
Hi, thanks so much, and thanks to the commissioners for your commitment to the redistricting process. My name is Amy Jester, and I work with the Humboldt Area Foundation and Wild Rivers Community Foundation, which serves Del Norte, Humboldt, and Trinity counties. And we regularly partner with the Kaduk tribe and the Yurok tribe. It looks like the assembly map was redrawn to address some of the things I'm going to talk about here, but just wanted to reiterate the importance of my comments specific to the congressional map and the Senate map as well. And I'm commenting on the North Coast area in the far northwest region of California. So I'm calling today to support the plea from the Yurok tribe, which is the largest in the state of California, to ensure that its entire territory remain in District 2, as opposed to dividing it into 2 congressional districts, which is what the map, the draft map entails. Dividing ancestral territory of the Yurok Reservation will further harm the relationship between tribes and the state of California, and would be an affront to the Voting Rights Act, as well as the various criteria that the committee has set before it. We also encourage the committee to
Up next, we've got caller 9975, and after that will be caller 1212. Caller 9975. Go ahead.
Good afternoon. My name is Susan Smith. I'm a Fullerton resident and a retired educator in the Fullerton district. I just wanted to begin by thanking the commissioners for the attention being paid to Fullerton and all the extra time I know you're putting in on our behalf. I have recently submitted to you a proposal, number 34032, and just want to thank you for considering possible ways to help unite rather than divide our community. Thank you again for your time and consideration of this issue.
Thank you. Up next is caller 1212, and after that will be caller 7477. Caller 1212, please follow the prompts. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. This is Don Bartz from Phelan Pinning Hills Community Services District. Our organization, as well as Phelan Chamber and several community members, have sent you multiple letters and emails concerning our community. We feel strongly that putting in our community and districts with Los Angeles County would cause us to be left behind. We know this from history. Although we have stated in our letters, even though we are on the county border boundary, we feel we cannot be further apart from Antelope Valley or Los Angeles County. We think this way for several reasons, primarily because our residents also do not travel to Antelope Valley for any essential services, which is why there is no major transit corridor linking the San Bernardino County high desert area to Antelope Valley. There are no cooperative agreements between local governments or cooperation to solve needs because our needs are different. We work with agencies in San Bernardino County for public safety, public health, and education issues. Given that you are obligated to look at the community of interest testimony and respecting county lines for districts not under Voting Rights Act consideration, I would ask that you would listen to the voices from our area who have been asked to keep separate from LA and Kern County, and the voices from Antelope Valley who've said they would be with Santa Clarita. This could be done with the non-VRA assembly seat as well as in Congress and the Senate. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Up next, we've got caller 7477, and after that will be caller 9387. Caller 7477. Go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Robin McDonald, and I live in the community of interest of Rockridge within the city of Oakland. I'd like to speak in favor of the draft map, which keeps the community intact within a single assembly district. I refer to the comment number 33192, of which I am a signatory for details. My comments today are my own. Rockridge is a distinct community defined by its own BART station and transit hub, its College Avenue retail district, and its pedestrian-friendly streets. Our sense of identity is reinforced by the Rockridge Community Planning Council, which has been active for over 40 years and distributes a community newsletter by hand to over 5,500 homes. We also would prefer to be in the same district as our neighboring and similar communities of Elmwood, Piedmont Avenue, and Temescal. Keeping Rockridge intact will allow for the most effective representation of our community of interest. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we've got caller 9387, and after that will be caller 0515. Caller 9387. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
We sure can. The floor is yours.
Santa Clarita Valley in the South San Fernando Valley looks like an afterthought drawn from leftovers of the two voting rights districts in the San Fernando Valley. These voting rights seats must exist, but Santa Clarita Valley and South San Fernando Valley needs more of your attention. Assembly District South San Fernando Valley map ought to include more communities in the South San Fernando Valley to include more territory and less territory that is not. Woodland Hills, Sherman Oaks, Encino, and Hidden Hills belong together. They are the South San Fernando Valley. The 101 goes straight to the heart of these communities, so please put them back together and take them out of a district that includes Santa Clarita. Frankly, combining any portion of the San Fernando Valley with Santa Clarita is far from ideal, and there has been ample testimony along these lines. However, if the commission feels compelled to do it, the Sunland-Tuhunga area is a much better match with Santa Clarita than are areas like Woodland or Hidden Hills. Sunland-Tuhunga is tied to Santa Clarita by the 210 freeway, so if there is a natural transportation corridor, there is no transportation corridor from the Santa Clarita to Woodland Hills or Hidden Hills. In fact, there is no freeway or even combinations of freeway connecting these communities. That will discourage visits from the assembly member. Like Sunland-Tuhunga, Santa Clarita has...
Thank you. Up next, we've got caller 0515, and after that will be caller 3859. Caller 0515. Whoa, go ahead.
Hi. First of all, thank you for the opportunity to express my opinion here. I live in Grand Terrace. The CTJRC map places my city with a foreign set of communities of interest that have a very different set of needs to be addressed at the state level. Of particular concern to me is that the map ignores the fact that everything about our city, its police, fire protection, school districts, healthcare, are served by governing bodies in San Bernardino County, not Riverside County, where we have been placed. The needs of the San Bernardino governing bodies present to the state a quite different set of needs from those by Riverside, Moreno Valley, Corona, Hoop, etc. Also, our school district serves three communities, Colton, Bloomington, and Grand Terrace. The map splits the state representation we can expect for our school district. This is neither helpful for our students or wise for the effective administration of our school district. Putting Grand Terrace in a different county Splitting our school districts will not work well as representation for our community. Thank you.
Thank you. And as a reminder to those who've called in, please mute your live stream audio. This will prevent echo during your call. And another reminder for those who have called in, if you have not yet done so, please press *9 to get in the queue. This will raise your hand. Up next, we've got caller 3859, and after that will be caller 1001. Caller 3859. Go ahead.
Hello, I'm Pam Jones from the Bellhaven neighborhood of Menlo Park and a resident for over 48 years. We are in southern San Mateo County, bordering Santa Clara County and next door to Redwood City. You've separated our community of Bellhaven from the rest of our city. Please keep Menlo Park whole. Don't separate our community from the rest of the city. It's also important to keep communities of interest, unincorporated North Fair Oaks, the city of East Palo Alto with all of Menlo Park. These communities share common historical interests with the Bellhaven neighborhood, grocery stores, churches, healthcare, to name a few shared interests. Note that the map proposed by Veronica Escamzi keeps Menlo Park whole in the South County District. Also, the Assembly District map, draft map of 11-10-21, as well as a Congressional District map, keep all of these communities together, and particularly important is keeping Menlo Park together. Thank you for your commitment to drawing the line for California.
Thank you. Up next, we've got caller 1001, and after that will be caller 1681. Caller 1001.
Hello, can you hear me?
We sure can. Go ahead.
All right, thank you, commissioners, for your time today, and thank you for listening to public comments. And I hope you will take the citizens' words as the primary source of consideration. As a lifelong resident of the Coachella Valley, as someone whose entire immediate family lives in the Coachella Valley, and as a Latino, the separation of eastern Coachella Valley communities all the way to Imperial from the extremely similar Desert Hot Springs and Cathedral City is deeply concerning. We share the same community demographics as well as economy, access to jobs, housing, schools, and other essential resources. It makes no sense to pair eastern Coachella Valley areas with areas up the mountain with no geographical or cultural connection, or La Quinta, which is entirely different. Please correct this mistake and give our communities our best chance to thrive. Thank you for your work and consideration of community input. Please do not disenfranchise our undeserved area further. This would undo years of concentrated efforts to uplift our own region. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we've got caller 1681, and after that will be caller 4199. Caller 1681. Go ahead. Caller 1681. Can you hear me? We cannot hear you. Could you please double check to
Bueno.
see? Hey, we
Yes.
hear you. Yes. Go ahead. Adelante.
Buenas tardes, comisionados. Mi nombre es Kimberly Barraza. Yo nací y crecí en el condado de Imperial, pero he vivido toda mi vida adulta en el Valle de Coachella, así que conozco ambas áreas muy bien. Les pido que no dividan a nuestras comunidades latinas, cuales son altamente vulnerables y gravemente desatendidas. Las ciudades de Desert Hot Springs y Cathedral City pertenecen junto con las ciudades de Indio, Coachella y las áreas no incorporadas hacia el este y con el condado de Imperial. Además de nuestra conexión geográfica, compartimos las mismas características demográficas, así como la economía, el acceso a trabajos, viviendas, escuelas y otros recursos esenciales. No tiene sentido juntarnos con áreas montañosas al oeste sin conexión geográfica ni cultural, ni con la ciudad de La Quinta, que es completamente diferente. Corrijan este error y brinden a nuestras comunidades la mejor oportunidad de prosperar. Gracias por su trabajo y consideración de los comentarios proporcionados.
Gracias, usted. Up next, we've got caller 4199, and after that will be caller 9334. Caller 4199. Go ahead.
Hi there. Thank you, Commissioner. Can you hear me?
We sure can. Go ahead.
All right, awesome. So, good afternoon. Thank you guys so much for your service to the state of California, and we do appreciate all the hard work you guys put in. The Commission's draft assembly map is missing a Latino majority district that is required to be drawn by the Federal Voting Rights Act. Specifically, the draft assembly district called N10 should be redrawn to be a Latino majority district. Instead, the draft map grabs parts of too many different communities of interest, which has the effect of splitting up voices that could be better served in adjacent districts. Additionally, we ask that you separate two communities, Boyle Heights and East Los Angeles, as one is in the city of LA and the other in the county. We ask that you connect immigrant communities in Boyle Heights, Pico Union, and Central Alameda, and N10. We ask that you keep rapidly transitioning neighborhoods of East LA, Eagle Rock, Highland Park, and Echo Park together, as they are battle consequences of gentrification in Glen LA. We also ask that you comply with the Voting Rights Act by ensuring that 2 of these 4 districts
community. Please, since today